Welcome to Novelzhub. Let's continue 5th chapter of What About a Rich Divorced Villainess? Idris, who had been watching me with a trace of amusement, let the smile fade from his face. Then he asked calmly, "What do I gain by accepting this proposal?" It was the question of a man who never made a deal without calculating profit. I placed the first card I had prepared on the table. One of the dowry assets I'll receive after the divorce is a piece of land my mother gifted me. That land contains a magic stone mine. According to imperial law, once a couple divorced, the husband was required to return the wife's dowry in full. If your highness helps me, I'll supply you with magic stones from that mine at the lowest price possible. Idris Delua was known throughout the empire as one of its wealthiest men. But before he earned that reputation, he had already been famous as a grand mage with overwhelming magical power. Naturally, he had turned that talent into an artifact business powered by magic stones. The problem was simple. Magic stones were far too rare. No matter how high the demand climbed, supply could never keep up. That shortage was the single biggest obstacle preventing his business from expanding further. That was precisely why I had chosen him. I possessed a card he would find difficult to ignore. Magic stones. I've never heard that the Farnese family owned a magic stone mine. Pearls buried in mud remain unseen, I replied lightly. That is, until someone turns the soil. In my previous life, Phaedon had sold that very land at auction while desperately scrambling for funds. He never knew what lay beneath it. And when the truth came out that it held a magic stone mine, he regretted it so deeply he nearly beat his chest in despair. That was why, in this life, I intended to divorce him before he could sell it. And until I reclaimed that land, Phaedon must never find out about the mine. Your most important card should always remain hidden until the very end. Of course, I couldn't exactly tell Idris that I knew this because I'd lived a previous life, so I offered a convenient excuse instead. That's a steep price to pay for revenge. I'm not only asking your highness to pretend to be my lover. His gaze sharpened slightly. Oh, I'd like you to invest in my future business ventures. I spoke clearly. Not all of them, only the ones you find worthwhile. Then it sounds like this deal benefits you more than it benefits me. No, I replied without hesitation. You would gain just as much. This wasn't a plea. It was an opportunity. It may sound like a proposal, but it's really an invitation. Whether he would recognize my value, take my hand, and build wealth with me, or let the opportunity pass him by, that choice was his. And besides, I continued, I hear you've been struggling with the artifact ignition issue.